What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you all to the Mykel Rose Experience. Thank you all for tuning in today. I know this is the third episode, but we're gonna go back to the first episode because I feel like there's been some I don't want to say miscommunication because it's not like I've been talking to people out there, but what did you tell me to say? I'm all on there asking for lines.
Give a recap of from the first episode.
But the way he put it, it was so perfect.
Yeah, his wording
was everything. Anyway, there's been a little confusion, I guess, and it hasn't been very clear. I didn't make it very clear. I don't feel like I made it very clear with a couple of conversations that I've been having with a couple of folks. The Mykel Rose Experience is just that it's an experience. I can't really put into too many words what you should expect because I don't know what to expect because you don't know what you can't really predict what might happen when you're hanging around me. So what we're here to do is talk about experiences in the beauty industry. So I do hair, I do makeup, I'm a personal stylist, I'm a designer. I can do everything but your toes. So I have a lot of experience. I've been doing this for 12 years. So each week my what am I supposed to say? Goal, journey. We're going on a journey. We'll call it a journey. Each week the journey, we will have a professional and we will have a regular client come in and they will give their perspective on whatever that week's topic is. So this week we're talking about, what did I say? The importance of doing a consultation and getting to know your client. So I have my hair care professional, Miss Valerie Bell.
Good morning.
She was, tell the people how you know me, girl.
Well, I started out as Mykel's student instructor when he was a student. Lord, we knew we were going to have the Mykel Rose Experience when he was a student because he came to school every day. I'm talking about professional, already knowing that he was going to be amazing in the industry. And so I just kind of have followed him from here on and become a major fan of my boo. So proud of him.
Thank you.
Very, very, very privileged and honored to be a part of this today.
I'm so happy you guys are here. Okay, so that's my professional, Miss Valerie, and then we're going to have our regular client's perspective, and this is Tammy. So tell the people how you know me. How long have we been rocking?
Ooh, a long time. Can I go back to like 2009? I think.
My. I was born that year.
I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I was one.
I probably was 10.
I need you to get a little closer to your microphone.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Pull it. No, push it closer.
Close to the.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Into the microphone. Yes.
I've known Mykel for a long time. I think I was getting my hair done by a young lady in Arlington, and one of his best friends, Nifa, came in to get her hair done as well. So she was talking about, this young designer from Fort Worth. He's only like I said, 14 years old, and he's amazing. She was just the whole spiel, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was saying to myself, I hope that God would bring me across this young man's path. So at the time, I was doing fashion shows all over the DFW area, and I had my own team, my roster of models and everything. So I was someplace else doing an event, and I heard a guy speak about him, and I said, "Dang!" I said, "I can't wait. Got to meet this young man." So I was invited to do a show. Went to the rehearsal, and I saw a young man actually training the models, telling them how to walk, and he walked across the floor, telling them what to do, really how to present themselves on the runway. Mm-hmm. And I said, "That's got to be him." I said, "That's got to be that young man I've been hearing about." And I didn't really get a chance to talk to him during that event. We spoke, but he was busy. I was busy. And then later on, Marty, we did another show after that too. And then Marty was doing this big photo shoot, and I was there and part of it. And then we just kind of clicked from then on out. Mm-hmm. And at one time, everywhere I went, you would see him. Mm-hmm. And people would, if he wasn't with me, somebody would say, "Where's Mykel?" Because he was with me a lot. And I was just so blessed to have met him and be around him. He's like a child to me. He's like my son. Mm-hmm. My kids, they call him their brother. Mm-hmm. So just an awesome young man. I knew and I know where God is going to take him. I mean, he's just awesome, and I can see. I really can see where he is going and where he's going to be.
You're so sweet.
So it's really, great to
Don't
be
get
here.
mushy in here.
Take me with
Yeah,
you.
with all that. Perfect. So, can we just notate that neither one of them said I was mean. Neither one of them said I was rude.
Well, we couldn't tell that part.
I don't think you're rude, but
I
you
don't
really
think you're
can't be
rude.
mean.
Can I be mean? Don't say that on the air.
Let's say
Oh my
direct.
God. Okay.
Let's use
Very
direct.
Oh, wait a minute. He
Very
will
direct.
fight you.
Oh.
Wait a minute. He will fight you if he needs to. 'Cause
Midgets, old ladies, babies.
anybody. Don't mess with him.
I'm like, where's she going with this? Midgets, old lady.
Don't bring no kids. Don't have no
Blind, crippled,
kids.
crazy.
Look, no kids can come to this shop unless they're getting
the point
services.
I was trying to make here. Y'all are ruining the point I was trying to make.
You told us to talk about the Mykel Rose experience.
Well, you're gonna get it's. I don't know what other way to say it besides you're going to get an experience.
Right.
It's unfiltered. It's very unfiltered. It's all from a place of love. I'm not malicious. I don't
Right.
think
Never.
I'm not vindictive. I
No.
don't do things out of malice or anything like that. But I'm not very good at sugarcoating. I'm not very good at
Right,
beating around the
right.
bush,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And I'm passionate about getting people in and getting them out.
Right,
So
right.
I don't have a lot of time to patty cake and play games with people who are not interested in the truth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so either you're going to get it and receive it or you can just leave.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
It's not. I think that's probably one of the reasons why people spend so much time in the salon is because it's a lot of back and forth. One person, the stylist, saying something, and then the client is refusing to actually
Listen.
take that in and apply it and move forward or whatever. We got to go back and forth about this, and that, and it's a lot of games and people be chit chatting and ha kikiing before they actually get their job done. But that's a whole nother situation.
Mhm.
Today we're going to talk about I already said that, huh?
Mhm.
So let's get to it. Why is it important to have a consultation with a new stylist?
For me, and I'm going to speak as a stylist and an educator, as well as a client, because I've been all through. Because I want to know who I'm working with or who's working with me, if that makes sense. So I always tell the clients as well to interview their stylist. Okay, because if you sit in my chair and you tell me, oh, I want blonde hair and I want a relaxer and I want it purple ends and I want it all done in 20 minutes today.
Right now.
Right now, because you are the
and you can do it.
And you can do it because
I've seen you.
You are the golden child.
I've been watching you.
Right. I follow
That's
you.
what they say.
I follow
That's
you.
what they say. I've been watching you for so long, and I know
Yes.
that you can do this.
And I finally booked my appointment, and I'm like, well, hold on. We have to talk about the integrity of the hair. We have to talk about what's your daily regimen, what's your lifestyle, what do you do, where do you go, who are you as a person, and what do you look like? Because if I'm 200 pounds and I want my hair just something that's not going to fit for somebody that's 200 pounds, I got to educate them and say, girl, you know that's not going to look right. Honestly speaking.
So what do you look like? Meaning it's not okay to have
It's not okay.
virtual consultations.
That's,
I posted that earlier this week on Facebook.
Yes.
Stop trying to have virtual consultations.
And that is true.
It's very, very important for me to see your hair. It's very important for me to touch it. It's very important for me to be there in person, because why I had to stop doing over the phone consultations is because I found myself promising a lot of stuff that wasn't going to be possible.
Yes, most definitely. And I find that with those virtual conversations, people, they may think their texture of hair is the same as
the client. Don't know what they're talking about.
They have
period,
no clue.
At the end of the day,
I'm a 4C. I keep hearing.
Stop talking.
Oh my God,
girl, what is a 4C? Can somebody? We don't even do hair by.
That's a good.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired of hearing what your curl pattern is. That has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Okay, so they automatically assume that because my hair is super duper straight and I'm relaxed and I'm this, that, and the third, they're gonna have the same outcome. But of course, I don't have that fight. So my hair is not going to be super duper rolled up and parked like a Cadillac, whereas some of my clients may have that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so to attain this look, it's going to take a little more training than just coming to the salon every 3 or 4 months, because that's sometimes how they get their money. I had to work on this. Okay. And so I like for you to come in and meet with me so I can feel your vibe and kind of know what you're going to do when you leave this door versus being over the phone saying, oh, yeah, because I'm going to come every 2 weeks and I'm going to do da-da-da-da-da-da, and you're not going to do Nathaniel Johnson, which is nothing.
Right. Right.
Definitely.
Very important.
Very important.
So what would you say to the person who likes to
consultate over the phone?
Well, no, because sometimes I have clients who don't necessarily, I would say, understand the purpose of a consultation because like they try to rush through it. Oh, you could just do it, because they don't really know about hair and it's not their forte, or if you will, they don't really, what we're speaking is a foreign language to them. So because they don't understand it, they don't want to go through it. But my thing is, it's very important.
It's very important, and I'm
for
cheating you.
I'm cheating you.
I'm cheating you if I don't give you that. Okay? If I don't bring you in here and give you the total experience, okay, I'm cheating you. I need to educate you on your hair and what we're going to do, what journey we're going to take from here on out. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy with me. And I know for a fact that people, when they come to you and if they're not happy with you, how many people are they going to tell?
Everybody
and their grandmother. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
It's very crazy.
And feel free to jump in the comments and let me know why you all do this.
Yes.
When you don't like your experience, you run and tell everybody. When you do like it, you feel like you have to keep this person a secret, and they don't want to tell nobody who their stylist is.
Yes, they're tucked in the pocketbook instead of sharing.
What is that all about?
And it definitely does.
That's true.
But is it tucked in the pocket, or is it more so like I don't really want to say jealousy, but it's almost like where'd you get that blouse? That blouse is nice.
Yes.
Not telling you not telling that person who says that where they got it from, because they don't want them to have the same.
Yes.
That does that make sense?
It does. It does. It's almost like their best
Yeah, I don't want them going. Secret. To my hairstylist. They're gonna be looking like me or better than me. People. I'm telling you.
I think that goes to stylists not expanding their creativity, though.
You do? You think that?
Yeah, because I've had a lot of clients who have left their stylist because they went and started seeing that they were looking like everybody else that was coming to them.
That's interesting.
I've seen that.
I didn't think about that.
Some hairstylists got about 3 hairstyles, and then
I've seen that too when I was younger.
Pink shoes.
They got about 3 hairstyles. Very much.
Oh yes.
I found myself getting complacent, and Tammy will tell you. I tell my clients all the time, okay, this is about the last time we're gonna do this.
Yes.
Next time you come in here, you gonna come in here with a different hairstyle, because I'm not doing this again.
Yes.
So,
and I tell my clients as well. I'll say, no, I don't want to do that no more. You need to do this. Let's try this.
It's time to do something different.
I have a lot of clients that say, oh, my husband think, or he like this, or he like that.
Girl, don't come in here talking about that.
Please
irritates my soul. I can't stand with I don't.
Let's give him a new girlfriend.
Okay.
I'm into
let's give him a new
girlfriend today. Yes.
That's the one thing that really irritates me when they come in talking about, well, my husband said he don't like. What do you like? You're the one who have to wear it. I don't care who's paying for it. You wearing it.
Sometimes I feel like, and I don't want to take this off of what we're talking about, because it's going to be another topic. We need to please ourselves more than our mate.
Yes, I agree. It's something to be said about when you
exactly. Come on now.
Exactly.
Yeah, if y'all didn't hear that, you said when you please yourself, you are pleasing your mate. Most definitely.
We have a live audience today,
yes,
you all.
We do have
so
a live
there's a little
audience.
chatter in the foyer, and you guys can't hear it. It's the live audience. But yes, no, I really do agree with you. Please yourself. It starts with self.
Most definitely.
I just don't think that I care to hear about what your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
likes to see. I mean, it matters to an extent.
It does.
But if you're not comfortable, then that's going to infiltrate in other spaces
It definitely
and places
does.
of your
Yes.
relationship
Yes, it
and
does.
your life. So it starts with self. Find stuff that you like and show me that, and then we'll work on going down that road.
Yes.
We might not make it to that address.
We
That's what I
can-
tell my clients all the time. We might not go to that house, but I'm going to take you down that street.
Compromising. We'll drive by. We'll do a drive by.
We'll do a drive by and TP the house.
I love that.
So, what did I say? The importance of getting, okay, so doing a consultation comes along with getting to know your client. So
Yes.
that's like the precursor to getting to know them. Like you're going to spend more time with them. Being a hairstylist client relationship is a very, very, very personal thing.
It's a very personal thing.
And you get to in the business with these people, and it's virtually damn near a counselor. Like I was considering going and getting some kind of psychology degree or something so that I could add that, but I just can't go back to school. I can't do it.
You got time. They got online classes. They got all kind of things you can
online
do.
classes. I will fail every one of them because I'm gonna be asleep
You'll be
at home.
Dedication and hard work. I promise you, I did 25 classes in 4 days.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh shoot!
I was trying to get it. It's doable.
Well, listen, you know I'm the king of overclocking, so
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear
Let me tell you
that.
something. They can't take them back.
You sure right.
They can't take them back. But it's a very, very, very personal relationship, and I get into my clients'
I do
business.
too. I do too.
It's very important for me to know what's going on. I feel like I'm investing. Yes, I'm investing in you. And I feel like we're right up there. I tell my clients this all the time. I feel like we're right up there with your gynecologist.
Yes.
Your psychiatrist.
Yes.
If you have a financial advisor, your
All
financial
of the above.
advisor.
All of the above.
We're the upper echelon of your I don't know what the word is.
Of your village. Because
of your village.
Adults have villages as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Adults
we'll go with that.
Yes.
We'll go with that. Because so much of what you go through affects your hair, your skin, your nails.
Yes.
Even though I'm just a hairstylist, well, not just a hairstylist, I don't do like esthetology and skin and all of that, but I do preach to my clients about the importance of what goes in their body and coming out through their hair, skin, and their nails and all of that. So, I say all that to say it's important for me to know what's going on in your life so I can know how to properly treat and take care of your hair. Fired a client one time because she wanted to bring her own shampoo, and it was the same shampoo, and she just insisted that this was the best shampoo. And I'm like, sweetheart, you don't need the same shampoo every time you wash your hair.
Very good.
And I think we had that conversation too, and you found it mind-boggling because my thing was this week you might need a clarifying and a moisturizing shampoo.
Yes.
Depending on what your style is. Next week you might want, let's say you're relaxed.
Yes.
Okay? So if you're relaxed, obviously I have to use a neutralizing shampoo to rinse that relaxer out.
Please do, Lord.
Okay. And if you're somebody who likes volume and body, I would personally, thanks to Mr. G here, who taught me how to cocktail, and then Miss Valerie who encouraged it, I would then go behind my neutralizing with a moisturizing and a volumizing because you like that body and all that. So I'm gonna cocktail those two shampoos together to aid me in my style because the style starts with the shampoo.
Yes. Do you know? Let me tell you something. That what you just spoke about with product knowledge, baby. That's gonna be
a whole nother episode because a whole nother episode.
When I say that clients automatically feel like, let's just say one of my favorites, Cream Nature, that's the shampoo of the gods.
Okay.
When I start with my consultation, and I do a consultation with my clients on a weekly basis, how was your week? Girl, I was so stressed out. I had blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm going to give you a little something with a little mint.
In it.
Something to relax you.
Something to relax you because it's, one of my clients have said that too. I use a tea tree. And it's tea tree and black castor oil and some other apple cider vinegar.
Right.
And she said, I feel like the whole shampoo process is aromatherapy.
Yes, because we create that.
It is.
Wow.
It's very much
that.
is.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. You feel
That's
them begin to relax
amazing.
and do all of that when you use that minty shampoo. And they always, oh, I love it, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah. But like you said, I'm gonna relax you. I'm getting to know your week.
Yes.
I'm gonna cater your
I am.
experience
That's it.
to your weekly needs. That's why we
You hear
encourage
me?
you all. It's more than I want your money, so you got to come in here every
That's
week, every
it.
2 weeks.
That's it.
It's imperative that if you want healthy hair, okay,
Yes.
let me just say that, because some folks ain't ready,
Yes.
and I had to learn that
Oh, of
the
course.
hard way. There's a lot of people who just are not ready for healthy hair because it is maintenance and
it is
it
maintenance.
is an investment.
It's a major investment, but you got to realize you get what you pay for. One of my girlfriends told me that years ago. You get what you pay for, and that is so true. Okay, I won't accept certain clients. I'm not gonna say I won't even hire them, and everybody's like, your book should be full through the roof. No, they're not, and that's simply because I'm selective about who I choose. Because I know I'm an amazing stylist, okay, and I'm here for you. And if you're not here to accept that experience the right way, I kind of don't want to play that game.
I don't either.
You know,
I love it. I love it.
I'm not gonna I cannot compromise my profession because I don't just do hair.
Right.
Okay. I love what I do. My husband says this all the time. You're gonna love to do this because it has something to do with hair. And I'm like, okay.
What's wrong
next?
with that?
Right. We're eating off
but
of that.
You should be passionate. I
Yes.
want that same energy in my general, what you call them? What's the regular doctor?
The family practitioner.
Yeah.
That word.
Yes.
I want that energy with them.
Yes.
Just like I want that energy with the bitch in the drive-thru.
Yes, who
Take
mad
my
because she done
order
been there since 7
with
and put
all
mayonnaise
the
on my
joy
burger.
in the world. I want you to have all the joy, and I want you to be very passionate about cooking my food.
Yes,
okay?
I do.
And I want you to be passionate about doing my hair.
I do.
I don't want you to just take my money because then that's a whole nother game for you, and you don't really care about what's really going on up here.
Yes.
And then I've been sitting in this chair for 3 years, and I look up and I'm bald in the middle. We need to bring the passion back to the industry.
Yes, we do.
I think that goes hand in hand with allowing your stylist to do their job because it gets taxing.
Their job?
Yeah.
We better not.
It gets taxing when going back to the consultation thing. I think consultation should be ongoing.
Yes, they should.
Throughout.
It's a courtship.
It's a courtship.
And I'm courting my clients.
It's very important to know what you're starting with. And then in a couple of months, because your hair changes every what? How many?
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
You could say. It does.
Right.
And so depending upon, and that's just like what their life is like.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You could say 4 to 6 weeks. You could say 4 to 6 months. It's just
right. Exactly. It's different for every person because
different for every person.
You know, stress is a motherfucker.
Oh man, with a capital M.
And it does a number on the hair. And I think it's very important when you're stressed to tell your stylist that you're stressed.
Yes, and a lot of them don't want to say that they're detoxing or they're
I
trying
need to know
keto
this.
or they're doing this. That's why I probe. When I say I probe, I probe.
Business
I'm in
because
your
I need
business.
to know.
We're in a relationship, okay? Yeah. And I need to know what did you do? What'd you eat, girl?
I love this.
I'm not doing no dieting. Are you doing keto now? Okay, well you may need a little more protein in your hair. You know,
right?
All of those things
you
like
taking
that.
out stuff of your diet. I need to be able to know what you're taking because what goes in your body comes out through your hair, skin, and your nails.
Amen.
So
church.
if you're taking it out of your diet, that means that I need to do the job. And put it back in.
That's right.
Because you're not putting it in internally.
Yes.
So I need to go and physically put it in there. It's imperative if you want healthy hair.
Yes.
Today's title is if you want healthy hair.
Do you want it?
Okay. So
come
just
on
write
and
that
get
down
it.
and table that.
That.
I think that's your clients don't respect. Even me. I mean, I had to really, with me knowing him the way I had to really learn.
Yes.
He doesn't say anything to me, but I have to, put the client hat on instead of the friend Tammy, the long time knowing. That's all good.
That's my son.
I mean, it's good that I've known him. I know he can do a great job, and I trust him. But learning to respect him, understanding consultations, because I know I'll ask him questions for other people. I'll say, well, Mykel, so-and-so at work messed their hair up. She can book a consultation. She can, I had to really learn to respect him.
Yes.
From a business perspective.
Yes.
And so, with that said, I don't believe that clients really respect there's hairstylists.
A lot of them don't.
Well, no, I'm not. You're right. It's not all, but a lot, because I think that we don't look at. Really, we just look at how we're gonna look when we get through. As long as we're fly and we like our hair, we don't look at the things that you guys are really taking into consideration. I really believe that. And
you know, I because I do hold myself to a different standard, I can let them know in a minute. You more than welcome to go there and let
Oh, you know I do too.
Boom Kwanshe shampoo your
Boom who?
Boom Kwanshe shampoo your hair with that suave.
How do you spell that?
Boom Sean Quay.
Spell that, please. I would love to know how that's spelled.
I'm just saying, you are more than welcome, and no offense
to
and
Boom
no disrespect,
Kwanshe.
right?
Okay.
But I'm just letting people know.
Actually, no, a lot of disrespect to Boom Kwanshe.
Right, because she's
you
the
don't have an
stylist
education, and you are the stylist that makes my job hard.
Yeah.
It is your fault that I have to go through this with these clients, and they don't understand why we have to sit here and talk about what you're going through and what you're doing to your hair and what you're doing to your body.
That quick weave she just ripped out.
I was just thinking that. Oh my gosh. You don't have any.
Saying,
I
don't have any edges, girl. Look,
let's talk about why you don't have no edges.
Oh my gosh.
And then Boom Kwanshe is also the reason why these people come to people like us, and they have absolutely no clue.
Yeah,
that was where I was trying to get to. What do you do with the client who has no idea what's been done to their hair?
Like I said, I go back to cheating. I go back to cheating.
But I know you've had to have had that client.
I have.
That, well, I'm not sure what kind of relaxer she used. I don't know what kind of color it was.
I'm gonna hit him with a big shame on you.
I do. I had color, but it was it was about a year ago, so it's not on there no more. I don't know when I had the last. I don't know when I had the last haircut. I don't know what she did.
Yes, we're gonna start from point A. Is what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna let her know how I work, and it's gonna be totally up to her to deal with me, because I'm gonna let them know if once we get in this thing, we in this thing, okay? Because this is a journey, just like you said, and I'm here for you and your healthy hair. Now, I don't have a problem with you not continuing with me after today, but as for today, this is how I'm gonna handle my service, and this is how I handle my services, and I go down from blah 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 A to Z. On how I do everything that I do and why I do the things that I do. 9 times out of 10, they choose to stay with me. If they do not, my feelings are definitely not hurt, because this is the reward you're getting over here, okay? I'm not going to cheat you. I'm going to treat you.
Well, you know, in my experience, when they have come and we do a thorough consultation, they love it. Even though it's, for some of them, it's hard to understand why we have to do this, and I've never done this before. I don't understand why I can't just sit in the chair and hand you this pack of hair and you put it in my head.
Them the ones I don't want. I'm not gonna even play with you. I cannot with you.
It is funny.
I cannot. I cannot. I want a certain type of energy in my chair, if that makes sense.
I love the truth.
And that's not the energy that I want. Okay? I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I'm not gonna play with you. I don't need that. How much was no, baby, I'm sorry. And I'm not a diva. I just want a certain at this point in my life, I'm gonna say what happens in my chair.
Absolutely. I feel like I've been doing this long enough
to where I can say this is what that is.
I know what I'm talking about.
Bless your heart, baby. Go ahead.
And we're not gonna play this game. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
We're not.
What I said.
Yeah.
What I said. Okay.
and
see, sometimes we have that problem. Like you said, I don't say nothing. I just have learned, because this one here. She act like sometimes.
What I do? I know I'm a little crazy.
She act like sometimes we didn't even have a whole conversation. But because she's the client,
yes,
and it's not her profession, and that's not what she does every day.
Yes,
so she doesn't, understand sometimes why. So we have to have ongoing consultations as to why you can't. Because she asked me to relax her blonde natural hair, and I'm like,
I know. I had to get real. I had to get real. I will say that I was having some real bad shedding at one time, and so when you guys talked about the consultation,
it's very important.
And you guys understanding us, because I was getting relaxers and I was taking high blood pressure medication. different
Ready
thing
to be
medicine I was taking.
bald head.
Didn't understand. Really. I'm like, what? I'm like, let me tell y'all. I was like, what is Mykel doing to my hair? Why am I shedding? It won't do this. It won't do that. Then I had to really understand. And you know, that's what I'm saying. He'll
Yes.
say,
But I ask
but he'll say
questions.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
she knows. I
Yes.
ask questions. Okay, so
Yes.
what's going on? Like,
Yes.
why
Yeah.
Yes.
it's shedding? Because what? Because I
Yes.
know we did a protein treatment when we did
Yes.
whatever chemical we did.
What are
and I
you
know
doing at home, girl?
It's always, what are you doing? I'm asking them, what are you doing? Or what are you not doing? And it could just be a matter of having that conversation like we've had to have. You've changed medications several times, and we have to continue having consultations because okay, so I'm on a new medication, or they took me off of this, or
and now I'm doing
they're
this.
recalibrating this,
Yes.
so I know how to tweak
Yes.
that service. Okay, we might need to wait a little longer before we relax it again, or whatever the case may be. But going back to relaxing your blonde, it was just a situation of it's natural. And it's platinum, so we had to have that whole education on. I'm taking all of this out of your hair with the bleach. I can't take anything else out. With the relaxer. I mean, at some point, by the time I get done bleaching it, it's gonna lay down just like it was relaxed. Okay.
You know what? When I asked him, I laughed because I know him. I was like, Mykel, he's not gonna, and I know I shouldn't even be asking.
You're lucky he didn't cut up on you.
But one thing with him, I'll say this. And I believe he's like this with a lot of people. He'll say what he has to say. He's not going to continue. He'll be like, I
can't put my name on it.
He just
put some respect on my name.
He's not going to go.
Put some respect on my style.
He's not going to go back and forth with the client, which I really love that. And you have to really listen to what he's saying. He's telling you.
Yes.
So don't act like he didn't say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
because we do have amnesia.
Yeah. And so I like that. I do, even though I might be like, dang. You know, but I know I'm being silly, and I do trust him, and so going back, that's our relationship. But any client should trust and definitely respect their hairstylist.
Right.
I mean, hopping from chair to chair is crazy.
Oh, girl, and it's rapid.
Yeah, I know it happens a lot, but I mean,
I won't take you.
You know what I say,
be bald?
When you chair hop, your hair pop. Okay, so.
That's a good one.
It is what it is.
That's a good one.
Because there's no way you can keep up with what's being done. That's why it's so important to have consultations.
It is.
Because I need to know who were the last couple of folks in your head and what y'all been doing. And if you're running down a list of 3 different folks within 2 months, what's going on?
You know, I've been blessed to work with 2 of the biggest schools, and then actually in high school. And when we explain,
let them know.
Hey now, Miss Bell,
she's in the upper echelon.
I am, but when we try to explain to them the reason for doing consultations, I swear to God, it's like pulling teeth. And I'm talking about from the back.
It was with me. Y'all had that problem with me too, because I didn't want to. I don't want to talk to them.
I don't want to get to know them like
well,
that.
You know what? No, for me, it was the whole. For me, it was the writing all of that crap down and that diagram of that damn haircut is what irritated the shit out of me. I'm not finna draw this haircut out. I can't.
Every time.
I hated it. I hated them damn diagrams. I still don't understand what I need to. Well, for me, because y'all had to grow to realize I'm a creative, and we might, and she has learned it too.
Yeah,
we might start off. I'm gonna take you down that street, but we might not make it to that house. Okay, we might have agreed on something, and then the creativity took over, and it turned into something completely different. But you still gonna be cute.
Many times, and if it wasn't cute, you know that's when the problem started. But thank God, and you just look swaddling, baby Jesus. It was always amazing. Yes, most definitely.
So a lot of clients leave unhappy because the consultation was not.
It wasn't thorough enough.
That's interesting.
And they didn't feel comfortable enough to say, "Hey, I don't really like this."
And
but you feel the comfort starts at the consultation,
and it does. And it does. And if you don't get that pop, it's like I said, it's dating. It's courting your client. And if I don't feel that little spark when I'm dealing with you and or you're tensed up the whole time I'm shampooing your hair, clearly I'm not the person for you. Okay, because if I can't get you to relax at that shampoo bowl, that's the first. Let me see how I can say this. That's you know when you're dating someone and you reach that first day, it's like the first kiss. That's my first kiss. to hear you say, "Oh, that was amazing shampoo."
That's
You know,
interesting. That's so
Mhm.
interesting.
You know, I mean, that's
that's
how
real.
Mhm.
that's how some people have to analogize it. Was that a word?
Oh, we're gonna make it one,
Oh,
honey. This is the Mykel
hallelujah.
Rose experience. You say whatever the fuck you want to say, okay?
It's okay. It's all good. I know what you meant.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, so people, girl, you want me at the shampoo.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
That was my ultimate
Yeah.
goal,
And
baby.
it's
Mhm.
funny you
Okay.
said that because at work I was talking to somebody about how Mykel washes hair,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh my god, this was like a couple of days ago."
Mhm.
I said he would massage you all
Most
like around the nape of your
definitely,
neck from the top of
yes.
your, and I was just, it was just a guy I work with. He's just has become a good friend of mine. I'm always telling him about Mykel, but I was just talking about that.
Mhm.
And I said I was like me in heaven. I'm like, can you please continue to? And I know he don't have time to sit there and watch it all day,
Yes.
but it does feel good when you've had a stressful week and there's
Yes.
tension.
It's part of that relaxing
That's
process.
very, you know.
Yes.
Again, I'm so glad that you had the show. I'm sitting here like, wow, I'm just in awe of what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I'm serious because I just like I said, I had to learn to respect him as a businessman,
Right.
and that this is his profession, this is his
Right.
livelihood.
Right.
You know?
I'm just saying that because in order for you to build your business in this industry, consultation is important.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It really is.
I don't know how to stress it any better than it's so important to get to know your
This
client.
is how you
and
stress it. If your stylist is not having a consultation with you, you should be
Run.
coming to see us.
Run. Run.
That's how you say that,
Run,
baby.
Forrest, run, honey.
Run, honey.
Because I hear so often from my clients that I want them at the consultation before I even touch their head at the shampoo bowl because one lady, probably the same one I was talking about last week, because she came in with a bag of hair and a problem. And I just love her so much because like we've gone through a lot, me and her. So she came in with that bag of hair and was like, I've been having this problem, blah, blah, blah. So I got these tracks. I'm like, girl, I'm not putting it in there.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Good day.
Yeah.
No.
Sugar.
You can't come in here talking about a problem and then tell me that this was the cause of the problem and think that I'm going to continue to help you.
Yeah. You want me to
nurture the problem? I mean,
not gonna do it.
No.
Yeah.
So we had to break it. I had to sit down. Okay, so tell me what's going on. She had been going to wherever she was going for X amount of years, a long time. And there was no ongoing consultation. She had gotten comfortable as a client. The stylist had gotten comfortable as a stylist. Like you said earlier. No, you said that. I'm just going, that's her. We're going to do it and move on.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where sis wasn't even
She
paying attention to what was going on. So she couldn't tell me what the deal was. All she could tell me was that I've been getting tracked.
Oh, bless her. Yeah.
She said, "Oh, bless
me
her."
nothing.
Funny. I love it.
She couldn't tell me anything. So for her, I won her at the consultation because it was like, sweetheart, no, we can't continue to do this.
No.
So we set up a plan. We saw that plan through. There were results.
Yes.
Now there were some hiccups.
Yeah.
Due to doing your own thing, and that happens.
And it does.
But, it's important that I know that you did your own thing.
And we call those growing pains.
We call them growing pains. And so what I will say is that she was honest about, okay, so I got X, Y, and Z going on. The way that we do my hair is not going to work. So I'm going to do this. Okay, fine. You don't need to do that. You're going to go do it anyway. X, Y, and Z going to happen. So we were able to, I was able to cater her services to what was going on in her life. Then we got to a point where other things happened and you didn't want to tell me that you were on medication. So there were things that could have possibly been prevented had I known that, but because you decided, not because we didn't do ongoing consultations, but because you as the client decided you didn't want to reveal some information because you felt like that was a little too personal. Sweetheart, this is a personal relationship.
And
I need to know your business.
That's where we go back to the what do you say with the gynecologist and the family practitioner and all of that. With them, what do? We trust the process of what they say. And as stylists, we have to get our clients to trust the process. If I'm telling you something, sis, it's because this is what you need to hear. This is how we need to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you bear with me, I promise you, you will be more than satisfied with the outcome. I have to
We
say
had that conversation going blonde.
I have to
She went
say
from red to
that.
blonde.
Yes.
And I told, she said, well, how did I say, or did you say, let's go back blonde?
I don't know. I don't know. I knew, I was at the shop all day, but I expected that. So I didn't even care about that because he had to make, because I had been red for so long.
She was about as red as your lipstick.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
and it was. I mean, I loved it. I don't know. Because what we did, I was blonde for a minute. I was red always, all the time, mostly since I've known Mykel. But one time he did have me blonde, and then he was like, "Tim, I think it's time to put your red back on." This is like a few years back. I don't know what happened. I just know I was there all day for him to do what he had to do. I didn't care. I trusted him because I knew he had to get that red out, and whatever he did do, whatever he did, he had to do it. So I wasn't even tripping, but we did it, and it wasn't even like this platinum at first. It was more like a gold.
Remember, because we had that conversation of it's not going to happen in one day.
Okay. Okay.
We can start this process, and I remember I told you I was like, I'm not really sure how long it's going to take.
Okay. Yes, I remember.
Honestly, I don't know because we've been doing this red for so long.
Yes, and it's a
and
booger to
it's
pull it
a
out.
booger to pull out. Okay, but by the grace of God, we were able to do it. Okay, because it was the true grace of God, honey. We did it in two processes.
Yeah, it was 2 processes.
We did it in 2.
I was still satisfied with the first time, and like it took a long
honey,
time,
it was
the whole day was still
his level of satisfaction.
And you're right,
and that's exactly what it was.
And the thing is, I mean, I didn't even look. I mean, I trusted him. I knew he could do whatever it was. I knew I would have good results.
Right.
But
he did say it would take more than once to get to where I wanted to get. I remember that.
Something you just said was very important. You said you didn't even look.
No, I didn't look.
Right.
But I mean, you looked.
That's my trust in you.
It's your trust in me, but you still have the knowledge of what's going on in your head. So in the event that you have to go somewhere else, you can tell that stylist what's been going on.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Because you might not know all the terms and all of that, but okay, I don't have a relaxer.
Right.
I do have bleach. I've been bleached for X amount of time.
Right.
This is what he does. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. I don't need that.
Yeah.
So,
Stop playing with me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right. He's right. It's not like I was just blind, just sitting there. I did. I was like, oh, but
I mean, but no, I know what you mean when you say you didn't look at it because you knew you was fly. Like that comes with that relationship of knowing, okay,
educating your client,
right?
Yes.
And he said that he'll post me on Facebook and he'll say that's because she doesn't chair hop.
Yes.
She doesn't go all.
Well, I make it very clear because the thing is, I don't want to give a false impression that you can just run and jump in this chair and do whatever you want to do because it's not gonna happen.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. So I let the people know. She was able to do this because she only sits in my chair. If I don't know your hair,
I can't do
I'm not going to do that. People come to me all the time. I want to get some color today. Today is your first day, ma'am. I don't know you. I don't know your hair. I don't know anything. I'm not going to put, unless it's black.
Yes.
Or something I could just drop on it's going to accept. We're not doing that.
We can deposit.
We can deposit only.
We're at the bank
which is
right
why
now.
I generally leave it at black. Because most of the time, that's the only thing you can get.
Right.
That I'm willing to do.
Comfortably.
I have to know how your hair responds. Like I had a client, I think she got mad and left because she's relaxed and then she wanted color. And then on top of that color, she wanted to add highlights. And I'm like, I need to learn your hair. Let me see how your hair responds with this relaxer first. Give me a couple of weeks to see what your hair do with the relaxer. Give me a couple of weeks after we put we made it to the relaxer and the color. We didn't get to the highlights. I need to see what your hair does. I need to see how fast your hair grows. I need to see how your hair responds to relaxer and color at the same time. I need to see how your hair responds to the elements and the weather changing and what happens when we got 30-degree weather today and then 100-degree weather tomorrow.
Yeah, see, they don't take that into
They don't take that into consideration, but these are the things. All of these things affect your hair, and you're not thinking about it, but I am.
Yeah, you've had one glass of water in 4 weeks.
So you guys are great. This is, but I think I've heard Mykel say. I think he's even told me you need to drink more water, Tammy, or something.
Oh, I know when y'all not drinking no water.
My daughter,
I asked him. I look at this. Excuse, when was the last? How much water you drinking?
Yes, bless your soul, sugar.
You ain't drinking no water, and they try to lie. Be like, "Girl, you lying? Yes. You ain't drinking no water
with your toothbrush."
There's no way. There's no way you drinking any water, and your scalp is like this. your hair wouldn't be as
Ooh.
dry as it is. Yeah, Dr. Pepper and Hennessy.
I'm through for the day.
Paul, I need you to
For
zoom
the
in
week.
on my face when I say Hennessy because I'm looking at a specific person. Girlfriend, I love you. Uh, one last thing before we close out. I want to touch on. I've gotten into it with stylists about this particular point about part of the consultation being your budget. I think it's very important that we discuss your budget. I don't need to know your salary. I don't need to know how much money you make an hour. I don't need to know what you bring home and what you get on your tax return. I don't need to know that. But what I do need to know is, can you afford this? Can you afford the upkeep of what you're asking for?
Oof.
Yeah, because getting your hair done is no longer luxury.
It's a necessity.
It's a necessity.
You know, but like again,
But what's not a necessity is platinum blonde.
it's not.
What's not a necessity are highlights. What's not
not.
a necessity, we don't have a fight about this, but relaxers are not a necessity for everyone.
We shouldn't be offended either, Michael.
I'm
on that.
addicted to the
Or
creamy
to both of
crack.
you. I mean, we shouldn't be offended.
I'm addicted to the creamy crack. But better know it's in my budget.
It's in your budget.
It's in my budget. Do you understand?
Right.
And I'm never gonna step outside of my realm and my level of comfort when it comes to my hair. My husband was saying yesterday he goes to the barbershop twice a week. Okay, and I do mine once. And so he said, you could go more if you wanted to. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, why though? I know what my budget is as far as my hair is concerned. I know what I need to do to keep my hair like this. I can curl my hair on a Sunday, shampoo, blow dry, do my whole little bop bop to my hair on a Sunday, and I'm good till that next Friday or Saturday. You know, because we know how to maintain while we're not saloning, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm talking in terms of extra stuff. I mean, I get
that's
the whole
education. We got to educate them.
You know, washing style.
Yes, educate them.
I'm talking about when you're talking about getting these colors, and these weaves, and all of this.
I call those
extra,
income tax looks.
These happy birthday hairstyles.
But that's listen, for y'all to say this, when we shouldn't get offended. Just like when
But
you
what I'm saying is I've gotten into it with other stylists because they feel like it's not important to have that type of
Oh,
conversation.
okay.
with
It's
your
very
client,
important to
and
have
they
that.
felt like it was invasive. And my thing is, I am not trying to get in your biz. I don't need to know your salary.
And
Again,
I don't need to
what
be
I need to
15-minute
know,
rich.
it's not even for me to know. It's for
Yes.
you to analyze because they don't
Yes.
think about.
How is
Okay, I'm gonna get this color, but in 6 weeks I'm gonna have to redo it.
Yes.
And it costs more when I'm not coming in just to get a regular wash.
Yes.
Don't like consultations because it was not an expectation when they were in beauty school.
Oh,
about that?
wow.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
So,
most definitely.
you know,
Because if it's not their foundation and they don't like to do them, how come it wasn't set as an important when they were doing their 1,500 hours?
Right. Right.
Because now you got your license and you don't want to do a consultation.
Or you
well,
want
you know, y'all did us good because y'all would come and ask us what was happening.
wouldn't
when it
even
was time
sign
to
out. Wouldn't even sign
We're
off
not-
on you to start unless we saw that consultation
what's
being
happening
complete.
here?
Yes.
What did we talk about?
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Right.
What are
Right.
What's going on?
Right. You do what?
Mm,
You what?
mhm.
Oh no.
I'll come back when
baby.
your consultation
And
is
I
over.
will.
Wow.
I got a name right here.
I had it. I had several. I had it several times. I'll come back when your consultation is done.
That joker would roll
You
them
know-
eyes so hard. I swear we was gonna have to.
But it got to a point. I got to a point where you were able to stop asking me that, and you just came, and I was able to bring you the paper, and you signed it, and I was able to just do what I had to do
That's
because they trained me well. They
Yes.
all I had to get was some small little fine tuning.
Yes.
It was like pulling teeth.
Yes.
But but it was. I think I had a different situation than what y'all normally have to go through with students.
I swear you did not, sweetie.
No. I'm saying I think the way that you all dealt with me was
of
different
course,
than the
of
way that
course.
you.
Deal with others. You better know you did, honey. You still sitting.
I had a custom education, honey.
Completely different stories about me.
Really?
Ooh,
yes.
That's
Did y'all have
Whole nother
a run in?
a run-in.
Oh.
We had several run-ins. We had run-ins like every morning for the first, probably my first 3 months of beauty school. We had a
good.
run-in because I felt like I'm grown.
Like how we had run ins.
definitely like how
You
we
know
had
what I always
run-ins.
go back to? You remember, like, it was probably maybe
Do
one
not
of
do
the
that
first
right now.
times I was out on the floor, and I was flat ironing this girl hair.
How did I knew you were gonna go to that?
And she came by and she was like, "Let me just show you something real quick." Now, mind you, I had been doing her. Remember, I had
heck
been
was a
okay.
club.
So you couldn't tell. I knew how to do a silk press, honey. I had it under control, and I don't need your assistance. But okay, I'm gonna let you.
Was almost
let
what he
you have
said
it.
too.
I'm gonna let you have it on it. But I kindly stepped aside. So she showed me a technique of spraying. I think it was probably like some finishing spray or something. And she sprayed each section and then flat iron and spray and flat iron and spray. That was before I was really, really big on products. Like I would use them, but it wasn't like because my thing was I need their hair to move, and you know I didn't know about weightless products or how to properly consult with my client about their hair to know what types of products to use. So, oh my God, it's so important. So she showed me, and I'm like, it looked the same, whatever. So I didn't complete that particular style like that, and she just kind of looked like, okay,
you'll see.
You'll see. And so I don't know what happened, and I ended up trying it, and it made the world of a difference. And so she came back, and she was like, with the next client, I tried it, you know, somebody else later on down the line, and she was just like, and I was like, But she would, I loved it because she saw my potential and she stayed on me, and she was like, no, you will be great.
Great.
You're gonna be great.
Yes.
See, my daughter's in school. I wish that I remember her. I never. I remember you, but I didn't really talk to her more than one time. My daughter goes to Ogle in Arlington, and I know she's not satisfied with the instructors. I definitely wish that she had you guys, and I'm gonna talk to her today about consultations when she starts.
Make sure
and stuff.
that you do. It's very important.
Very important.
You know, my experience with G was on being professional and looking professional on a daily basis. Like I said, I was grown.
I could see that.
And I was coming in there.
You was pregnant,
huh? Yes.
Okay.
So I was coming in there with no makeup on, hair gel down, lips dry, and she would say, honey.
Where's your makeup?
You need some on them lips.
At least a lip.
At least a gloss or some Vaseline.
I need you to put something on your lips.
Vaseline or some mascara or something. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm coming to beauty school. I don't have to do blah, 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 blah. And probably like after that third month, not even really the third month.
What kind of hairstyle is that?
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
She would give me the business.
She gave it to me too.
I started seeing people in other places and they were expecting a different look from me. Okay. And it would be a look as if she ain't touching me. That's my stylist.
See, that's interesting. That's so interesting.
Okay. And it would be like, yeah, I could do hair. I'm this, but I didn't look the
you
part.
Can't do my hair, honey.
You can't do nothing to me.
But you'd be surprised.
I didn't look the part.
You'd be surprised about perception. I have a cousin in DC, and she would always say, if the stylist is all dolled up and their hair looks good, they're not touching my hair.
Oh wow.
And I never understood
I've heard that.
I've heard that as well.
I've heard that.
Because if they
got time to do, yeah.
She exactly. You know, and you know where I'm going with it. And I never agreed with it. You know, I like to see a stylist done up.
Give me the due.
Because I think that's how y'all look to me. That's how you know when that's my experience, and that's how my brain works. But my cousin would always say that I'm letting so and so do my hair because she don't have time to keep herself up, so she definitely gonna do mine.
Yeah, and that's a negative that will kill you.
That goes back to them not respecting us. As
That's
professionals
it.
and as regular people.
That's it.
Because those are the same ones who feel like they can call at the last minute.
Yeah, 15 minutes before. I'm in the parking lot,
girl, let me get you.
Go to lunch.
Right.
I like that.
Those are the same ones who like to cancel at the last minute, and then they want you to accommodate. Every time they come in, you got to accommodate them some kind of way because your life revolves around theirs.
Right. You know what? G taught me time management. So now I'm getting up extra early so I can make sure I'm on beat. You hear me? For every student that I see, no matter what school I'm at, or even when I was taking them on a trip over the weekend, I had my makeup on every day, full face, lashes, lips, everything, because I need you to see this is what you're presenting to the industry. Okay. And if you don't give it back to me, I can't give you nothing.
Yeah.
I've seen it
Wow.
myself. I mean, I never really look a hot, funky moving mess, but I've seen it myself from when I put on real clothes versus what I have
Yes.
on today. Like the other
Yes.
day, I walked in the room like this,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Oh, I know you do something.
How can I help you, Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Rose?
You gotta
Yes.
be some kind of creative something. What is
Yes.
it that you do?"
Yes.
And then when I look like this, they're I like your outfit, but it's never
They're
the
grabbing their
same.
handbag.
right.
That's interesting.
Right.
You hear me?
Right. Right.
He gonna steal my purse.
Mhm. Oh, and you know what? I have started doing it. Oh my god.
Me too.
I have started. Call the police. Shit.
I'm through.
Me too.
Yeah, I
Shoot.
do that
One
now.
of my kids walk up
We
to
be in the
close, "Hold on,
elevator.
boy." Yes.
Oh
I'm
my
all
God.
in the car.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, please, managers. Scary. Anyway.
Sorry, y'all.
That was like way left.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So it's important to do consultations. It's important to get
It
to know
is.
your clients. It's important to do ongoing
It
consultations.
is.
It's important that we as clients respect you guys and communicate effectively with you
Most
guys.
definitely.
Communicate effectively and
Most
be
definitely.
honest and open.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Value us.
value us because we do value you all.
Most
Definitely.
definitely.
We value you all.
Most definitely. We're
But
investing.
most of all,
But we are
we
too.
value
Mhm.
what we
Mhm.
do.
Both ways.
So, allow me to actually show you how I value
Mhm.
what I do. If you
Mhm.
be honest, I can be honest, and we can move
This
forward.
relationship will prosper in
everything.
so many ways.
But because
Yes.
to me, because you guys value what you do, you also value us as
Yes,
clients.
yes,
And
yes,
that's
yes.
what we
Mhm.
really, really, really need to think about
Yes.
and understand. So
Yeah.
that's a
Most
client.
definitely.
Okay,
I love
well,
that.
We've come to the end. You got 3 seconds to get it off your chest. What you got to say?
I don't know.
Anything.
Sometimes have
Co-workers, kids,
no.
dogs.
Sometimes have some shows about fashion, so we could talk about the direction that fashion is
We're
going
going to talk
in.
about that.
It's in
We're gonna
reference to
get
like
there.
the avant-garde styles and
Mhm.
like the '90s nostalgia and
Mhm.
because that's where my brain is. But
Yes.
I love this.
Well, I had to
I'm
find
so
some fashion,
thankful.
some professionals in the fashion.
Oh, we can
industry
find that, baby.
can.
That's easy.
to
We can find
discuss.
that.
But you
Mhm.
know,
It goes hand in hand
my
with what you
hair
guys
is my
do.
first passion.
Oh,
so
yeah, of
we
course.
had to
I'm
bring
so
that
glad to be a
series out
part.
first.
I have a lot of Facebook friends that are fashion designers, and KG can get with them designers over there at Market Industry, right in Dallas. She got that. I'm glad to be here. Half me back, half me back, half me back.
Oh, everybody's gonna come back.
I love it. I'm just sitting here listening to y'all. It's just awesome.
Yes.
Great.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Glad you were able to
Because
come.
I mean, even though I know you well, you don't. If I be like, one time, like a week ago, I was like, Mykel, I wanted him to say, "Tell me, I could fit you in."
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got my evening spot on a
Yeah.
Thursday because I didn't go in there fast enough to book.
Yeah.
And he was like, he had somebody. And I was like, maybe he'll say, Tammy, you can come on.
You know I want
He didn't say it.
Yeah.
And so that there are, and I respected that.
Yes.
Even though I've known him and
Mhm.
we have a relationship, a personal relationship, he doesn't do that. Sometimes he might say, Tammy, where you at? I know you already have an appointment, but you can come on now if you want to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But not if I'm not already scheduled.
Yeah.
So I have to respect his
He's
time.
fair.
his
Times where that has
time.
happened
Fair.
too, where I just say,
Yeah,
"Girl, come
but
on."
if you don't, I still have to
Mhm.
respect that.
Right.
I can't
Right.
get mad because again, I have to respect your time.
Mhm.
And you already have people there. Why won't you sit there until 11, 12 o'clock at night just by fitting me in?
And why would you even want somebody tired working on your head?
Exactly. That's true.
Because you feel like that person is still going to push through and give you the look that you want.
But why is it that you can't? Because like I shouldn't have to tell you that I have
Mm-mm.
ailments that I cannot be up on my feet all
You
day.
have to tell them
I
that.
shouldn't, but I shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to tell
you-
you that I need to get my rest too.
Yeah.
If
Now
I
your
don't-
good clients gonna respect that and already
They
know
will.
that, but them ones who
But you know
I
what?
need my husband,
Uh,
they not.
Just like that.
Yes.
You funny.
right. And on that note, is that what you needed to get off your chest?
I did.
Okay. Did you get anything else? Kids, dog, co-workers,
No.
classmates.
All that. Happy birthday, Miss G.
Happy birthday! Everybody get in the comments and wish Miss G a happy belated birthday.
Yes.
I just want you all to remember that if I said it, you thought it. Okay.
All right.
And that's that.
Yay.
I'm so glad you guys were able to come
I me
today.
too. That
Awesome.
was amazing. I love that.
Awesome. That was great. The things that y'all said.
Yes.
Episode top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.